to Up Close. Today we have a very special guest with us again, Dr. Bob. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited about this one. So we all know it's really hard to eat healthy, so you have an awesome recipe for us today. What are you going to make?
First, I'm going to make kale. We're going to talk about kale, but before we even get into it, what happened and why I wanted to do this with you today is several years ago, I was speaking at a business, and I talked about kale, and everybody got excited. I went back a few weeks later, and I asked the person, hey, how did kale go? And she looked at me with her eyes dropped. She said, guess what? I didn't do anything with it because I didn't know what to do, so I threw it away. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever made anything with kale before?
I have not, so I'm a kale newbie, so you're going to have to show me what to do here.
So what I want you to do is your hands are going to get a little wet and greasy.
That's fine.
But I'd like you to just get this kale like this and pluck it with your fingers.
Okay.
Okay? And so what we're going to do, we're just going to put this off to the side. We're going to keep a couple other ones over there. So we have our kale prepped.
Okay.
So this is what I'd like to do at home is I would get a skillet, get a pan, turn it to medium heat, and what you're going to do is you're going to use olive oil. You could use coconut oil, but I prefer olive oil myself because I like the flavor. So you're going to warm and that's good. You did an excellent job, by the way. You're going to warm the pan up.
Okay.
And then what I add first is I always like to add onions. You always use the harder product first. So you're going to add, in this case, we're going to use some greens, and we would be sauteing this. And then they're going to start to get a little bit brown. And at that time, what you're going to do is you're going to add the mushrooms. Do you have any questions so far?
No, I'm following you.
Okay, so I want you to know that if the olive oil starts to smoke, it's too hot.
Okay.
About 325 degrees. And what's really nice about onions, they add sulfur, and sulfur is important for skin. Sulfur is important for healing in the body. And then, as these are warmed up, I will add some mushrooms. And the mushrooms themselves add a little bit of flavor because some people don't necessarily always like to have green food. And I like to think of kale as the new soy.
Okay.
You could literally put kale in anything. Chicken soup. You can put it in chili, anything you want, and you can also eat it raw. You've never had kale at all?
I haven't, so does it have a strong flavor?
Well, actually, I think it's pretty tasteless, so it's not going to be like something they'll say, oh, it's earthy, or I had some digestive distress afterwards.
Okay.
And then what I always like to do is I have friends of mine over at Selena Naturally. They're really good buddies of ours. Well, they have a product that we use at home every day. It's called Celtic Sea Salt. So I'm going to add a little Celtic Sea Salt to the mix right here. And so we're going to saute it. Now, what I would like you to do, we're not going to do it necessarily because we have a mixing bowl that we drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the kale itself. So this is sizzling, and you can just smell it, you know. And sometimes you want to wear your old T-shirt because when you're done cooking, you're going to smell like onions and mushrooms. So as this is cooking along, what you're going to do is you're just going to add some kale. Now here's the key to it. You're going to say, oh my gosh, that's a lot of kale. This sautés down to nothing. So you're going to constantly be stirring it, and then you're going to set it down off to the side because you're going to have whatever your main dish is off to the side there.
Okay.
And then you're just going to put this, like, let's say if you have some chicken or whatever other kind of animal product or vegetable product you like to have. And just briefly, something else that you could do with kale is you can get these pieces like this, drizzle with olive oil, put, once again, Celtic sea salt on it, put it in an oven on a baking dish, 320 degrees, monitor it, and when it's all done, instead of having potato chips, you have
Kale chips.
Kale chips. And if
I've heard a lot about kale chips. I heard they're good.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Try it. I guarantee you'll love it.
Well, this is great because a lot of people are afraid of using greens, and especially kale because they don't know how to use it.
This is the easiest way to do it.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you for showing us that today.
You are welcome.
Good to have you back here. And guys, make sure you check out Dr. Bob's brand new book, Dr. Bob's Guide to Prevent Surgery. And if you want to see more recipes like this one, go to thedruglessdoctor.com and check them out. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.